Next decay mechanism is positron emission. This one is definitely weird and very rarely observed in chemistry. But all the same, we're going to talk about it. So positron emission comes from a spontaneous emission of a positron from a neutron poor nucleus. So the previous decay mechanisms we talked about with alpha particles and beta particles, those are from neutron-rich nuclei. And specifically, right, where beta decay, a neutron spontaneously becomes a proton and emits an ejected electron. Well, in positron emission, it's the opposite, right? We have a neutron-poor nucleus, or in other words, we have too many protons. So now we see a proton spontaneously becoming a neutron and ejecting a positron or an anti-electron. And again, this is weird stuff that we rarely observe in chemistry, but all the same, it's good to talk about it and compare it to the beta decay. So we can see the 1,1p, right? All of the mass numbers and atomic numbers have to add up. So we have a 1 and a 0 equals 1, and a 0 and a 1 equals 1. So consistent with our other reactions. Okay. So just one example to talk about here, sodium 22, which has 11 protons and 11 neutrons. So that's an even number, but all the same, it's still, or not even number, a 1-to-1 number, but that's odd and odd, right? And we talked about how when something has an odd number of protons and an odd number of neutrons, it's generally unstable. And so sodium 22 will emit a positron. And so as you can see, the resulting nuclide is a neon nuclide, okay? So the 22 plus 0 has to equal 22, and the 10 plus 1 has to equal 11, okay? So again, this positron emission is more rare in chemistry, but we do see some common elements on the table that do undergo positron emission. Okay, so the last video on these decay mechanisms will be on gamma emission, and that's coming next.